Let's go! Adrenaline! Adrenaline! Running through my veins. Good afternoon, I'm Robin Banks, and welcome to France and the St. Croix circuit in the Provence region, and host to the first round of the British Heart Foundation Jenny Tilwart Cup 2022. Once again, we are supporting this incredible charity by raising awareness. You can help if you wish by shopping in their shops or simply donating unwanted items for sale. I can assure you it really helps. This track consists of a total length of just under 4.4 miles, with 14 corners and the longest straight of just over half a mile. The track contains corners comprised of geometric shapes, such as 90-degree and radial corners, creating a very high-speed track experience. This is the second season of this championship, with all 7 rounds chosen by our drivers taking part. We have some familiar faces and some all-new additions to our grid this time out, all challenging our reigning champion, Brian Messiah, for his number 1 spot. This is an all-access event, not only challenging the drivers but the teams too. A Constructors' Championship runs alongside to allow the teams to collect points and fight for the prestige of top team. So let's take a look at our grid lineup today. After a frantic qualifying session which was incredibly close, on pole we have Carlos Punterino. In second place, Rico Mortis. In third, Damon Punterino. In fourth, Brian Messiah. In fifth, Archie Angelo. In sixth, Wyatt Urt. In seventh, Frank Hansom. In eighth, Alex Anders. In ninth, Halen Van Eddy. 10th, T-Bone McKinley. 11th, Artie Fanati. In 12th, Reverend Vincent Carrasco. In 13th, Fabio Detrelli. 14th, Raphael Doubtfire, and rounding out the grid in 15th, Philly Delphia. Simon Bouquet retired during qualifying, so will not be taking part in this session. So let's go down to the track where our ex-race driver and technical guru, Dave Unshaw, is doing our lap focus in his new Honda. How's it going, Dave?
Many thanks, Robin. I'm in my new Honda SR, and it's absolutely incredible. So heading down the main straight at 185 mile an hour, 5th gear, and down into third, into turn 1, 100 mile an hour, bombing down towards Croissant, building up to 175 mile per hour, before going down into Croissant to 84 mile an hour, 2nd gear, and then on the gas, all the way down the hill. Very, very tricky part of the track, Robin, reaching speeds of 171 mile an hour down through here. This corner's awful, already going to the Widowmaker, before going over the bridge, 76 mile an hour, 2nd gear, then up on the gas, all the way up to 185 mile an hour across the bridge. Beautiful scenery here, Robin, if you dare take your eyes off the road. And on the brakes, into the bus stop, 74 mile an hour, 2nd gear, and back on the gas, down towards the hairpin, around the hairpin, very, very fast, holding as much speed as you can, and then back on the gas, down towards make or break, 198 mile an hour, 6th gear, top speed, just clipping the curb on this corner. I missed it, but all the guys will go straight over that, and then down into make or break, 85 mile an hour, 2nd gear, and then heading in through the Weaver, sharp left-hander, trying to grab as much of the curb as we can, right-hander, and then down the dip, into the left-hander, holding the line all the way around the corner, then building speed up to 187 mile an hour, 5th gear, before going into now or never, and then back on the gas towards the finish line, up to 188 mile an hour, 5th gear. Blimey, Robin, that was hard work. Good luck, guys. Oh, bloody hell.
Many thanks, Dave, and I think that was the first ding of many. Here we go as we line up on the grid for the first round of the British Heart Foundation Jenny Tilwart Cup 2022, on board with Archie Angelo, and we're off. Archie gets a good start, so does Rico and Carlos in first place. Damon Punterino goes up the middle. Can Archie hold his nerve into turn 1? A lot of cars are going to be banging. Bit of argy-bargy going on. Brian Messiah comes around, and then looks like T-Bone McKinley in front. Down towards Croissant for the first time. On the brakes, easy she goes. Look what's coming from behind. Alexander's dived straight up the inside of Archie Angelo, almost knocking him off track. Looks like Artie Fanati and Frank Hansen pushed their way through too. That's banged Archie Angelo back. Back with Danny Punterino in first place. This guy's got real good pace. He's one of our newcomers, doing a very, very good job in practice. Artie Fanati coming down mid-pack, bangs into Alexander's. A lot of argy-bargy on these first few laps until it settles down. Artie Fanati trying to hold on to the front pack. Into the bus stop, let's all get away nice and clean. Poor old Archie Angelo, he's way back. T-Bone McKinley chasing the front boys down through in third place. He's doing a great job. It's closely followed by Carlos Punterino, and that looks like Brian Messiah. Looks like Halen Van Eddie is trying to get around Artie Fanati. And Wyatt Hurt, he's in the mix too. Holding on to this lot like a pair of pants flapping in the wind. Into make or break. Can they all get through nice and clean? Looks like Wyatt Hurt's gone wide. Or was there contact from Artie Fanati? Couldn't quite tell. Brian Messiah desperately trying to get around T-Bone McKinley. The front three are pulling away. Brian shoots up the inside. It's a now or never. T-Bone catches the wall. I think Brian knows he hit him, so he's gone out wide. The race will start to settle down a little bit once lap one's out of the way. Brian goes up the inside into turn one. Gets the job done. Got a bit of catching up to do. Carlos and Rico are holding on to the back of Damon Punterino. Down into Croissant. On board with Carlos Punterino. Chasing Rico and Damon Punterino, his cousin, down the hill towards the Widowmaker. Very, very hard part of the track. Back with Fabio Detrelli. Also heading down the hill into the Widowmaker. Can he get through? Very difficult corner. Fabio's gone wide. Hits the barrier. Halen Van Eddie right up behind him. Let's see what happened. I think Halen did exactly the same thing as what Fabio did. Went into the corner a bit too quick. Lost it. Easy done. Back with Rico. Desperately hanging on to the back of David Punterino with Carlos in hot pursuit. Brian Messiah doing all he can to catch these guys. Carlos is in the slipstream of Rico. Down the hill towards make or break. Fastest part of the track. Rico says his car hits 201 miles an hour before he's on the brakes. It's a make or break, nice and steady before starting the Weaver turns. Desperately chasing Damon Punterino, who's doing a fantastic job on his first outing. Team Simi Tick will be very, very happy with him. Archie Angelo, one of our newcomers as well. Doing quite a good job, holding in there in 7th place at the moment. He's got up 2 places since his accident at turn 2, Croissant. Into now or never. And then on the gas as fast as you can. Holding as much speed through now or never so you can get that last minute dash towards the finish line. Archie goes into turn 1. Very, very good line into turn 1. Catches the curb on the exit. Shows he's going through there very, very quick indeed. Looks like Alexander's is not far behind. Back with the leader of the pack, Damon Punterino. Rico's not letting him out of his sights. And Carlos isn't letting Rico out of his sights either. Down towards the bus stop. Hard on the brakes. Off camber corner. And then started going down the hill around the hairpin. David catches the wall. Sparks are flying. Carlos Punterino coming around a corner. Doesn't touch the wall. Does a good job. If you hit the wall and you hit the sparks, it can slow you down, and there's also a little bit of barrier sticking out. If you're not careful, you touch that, it'll send you across the track. Rico's right up behind Damon now. You're obviously using the slipstream. Carlos not far behind. Right up behind Damon Punterino through Weaver, on board with Rico. Down through the little dip. Holding his line around the corner. Damon gets a good run out of here. Goes very wide. Touch the curb and then bring it in. Rico catches right up to the back of Damon. Backs off a little bit so not to make contact. Last thing Rico wants to do is cause an accident. He's in second place. He might as well just sit tight. You can see on screen our reigning champion, Brian Messiah. There was Raphael Downfire in 12th place following Philadelphia. Great to see Raphael and T-Bone back where they belong. Dave Onshaw's coming back into the race room. He's joining us with commentary. How did your lap go, Dave? Hello, Robin. Blimey, mate, I'll tell you, that was one hell of a lap in that car. It's so fast. I don't know how these boys do it. Scary stuff. You're absolutely right, Robin. It's really great to see Raphael Darkfire and T-Bone McKinley back where they belong. And our newcomers, Archie Angelo and David Puntorino. Wow is all I can say at the moment. Let's see what happens. Absolutely, Dave. They are absolutely stunning drivers. Be interesting to see how they take to the championship. We all know that the tyre wear and everything's not easy to get on with first go. But once you get used to it, you can be really, really quick, as Carlos showed. Absolutely, Robin. Carlos has been phenomenal in the last championship. Hopefully, he will settle down and get a good result out of this one. It would be it'd be good for him. Very, very good. Yes, he did. He did a very, very blistering job in the last championship. Absolutely, hats off to him. But let's not forget our reigning champion, Brian Messiah, in teams, the head of Team Simitic. He's also really, really wants to win this. Oh, definitely, Robin. He won the last one at Mount Panorama. He had absolutely unbelievable pace at Mount Panorama the last time we raced there last year. And I really, really hope Brian wins this, to be fair. I think he's due another title. Definitely. I agree, Dave. I definitely agree. So as we watch our other newcomer, Reverend Vincent Carrasco, he waved his holy water around at everybody earlier and said, hopefully we'll see you after the race. Not sure what he meant by that. Doing a good job though, he's in 8th place. First time out. I think he may well be joining. Alexander's went off track there, not quite sure what happened. Hopefully we'll get a replay. Is he going too hot? Let's have a look. Just touched the grass with his left hand side wheels. That's your braking ruined really, Robin. Went wide. He'll catch up again. Alex has got wheels of steel, shall we say. Yes, he has, Dave. You're definitely right there. He always gets back on the horse. We're looking at T-Bone McKinley. Fantastic to see T-Bone back. Really hope Sky Comedy get a good result in this championship. I know Philadelphia has come on leaps and bounds. Really seems to be getting a handle on this car. Yeah, I think so. I agree, Robin. I think these guys really, really need a boost. Definitely. It really is great to see them back, and their cars look stunning, by the way. Yeah, they do, Dave. I think they're designed by Fabio Detrelli, actually. He's very, very good at car livery. Here we go. We're watching Halen Van Erde, who looks like he's going to end up in a Sky Comedy sandwich. Hanging all he can around Philadelphia behind. We've got Raphael Downfire up front. Looks like Philly's had a draft and got the speed. He's coming down the inside towards make or break. Halen goes way wide. I think Halen went on the grass. Philly takes 2 places in one corner. Excellent job, Philadelphia. Well done. I told you, Robin, he is getting better. There's no doubt about it. Rico's almost up the back of David Puntorino into the croissant. All 4 of them now. They've got a 4-car freight train. Brian Messiah's overtaken Carlos Puntorino for 3rd place. Down the hill towards the Widowmaker. It's a good job that's still there, Mr. David. Will the driver of registration number TO553RS please remove his vehicle from the car park entrance? It's causing an obstruction. We know you want to leave. Who the hell is that, Dave? Use the bloody car park like everybody else. Sounds very familiar. You would not believe me if I told you, Robin. I tell you, I laughed my pants off when I heard this. That guy on the tannoy is Crispin Fry. He was caught up with, and he's literally living on the street, and they gave him a job as the tannoy boy at the races. Unbelievable stuff. I know at the end of the Porsche Meisterschaft he disappeared into thin air with that load of crap bloody race figure he had going on. Unbelievable stuff. Anyway, let's get back to the race, folks. David Punterino is now in third place. Rico Mortis in first. Rico's now in first place. Sorry, folks, we've been getting away from the race. I just could not believe who that was. David Punterino goes in the pits. Back with Raphael Doubtfire being hounded by Halen Van Eddie, by the look of it, going into the Weaver. Raphael hanging on to that car like it's his last tenner. Down towards Now or Never. Very important to get a good run through this corner. Halen tries to go on the inside, loses a bit of grip by the look of it, goes slightly sideways. Both go in the pits. Back with Fabio Nitrelli. Looks like he might be struggling a bit in 14th place. It's not an easy track. Does eat tyres, and there isn't much camber on it neither. It's fairly flat all the way around. Fabio doing all he can to get a good result. Scott Milano never turned up to the race, so we don't know whether he got caught at the airport or whatever, but I also know that Artie Fanati landed on a plane literally half an hour before the race start with no practice whatsoever. So let's see what Artie does. Frank Hansen's car looks very, very nice. Greg Rockets also left us now. Still does the liveries for Team Good Alien though. Does a very good job. Be nice to see Greg return at some stage. That would be amazing stuff. Frank going down a hill towards the Widowmaker. That really is a clench fest at the bottom of the hill, Dave. That is an amazing clench fest at the bottom of that hill, I can tell you. And the amount of tear-off underpants floating in the bay is unbelievable. We've only been here 5 minutes. Hats off, Scott, his work cut out this weekend. Yes, they're all refined now. The tear-off underpants system's working very, very well. David Punterino's out of the pits now. Looks like Rico, Carlos, also pitted. Carlos is coming back out in first place with Brian Messiah hot on his heels. Rico out the pits. Looks like normal service is about to be resumed. Down they go, out of turn 1 and down towards Croissant. Very difficult corner, slightly off camber on exit. And then on the gas down the hill, looks like Alex Sanders is getting beaten by 2 drivers all in one hit. Alex will be doing all he can to fend him off, but David Punterino and Rico got through. David desperately trying to get back to first place. See what happens on the next pit stop. Running a fairly good pace. David goes up the inside into the bus stop. Rico right up behind him, down towards the hairpin. Hopefully to get a good result on board with Rico. This is what it looks like, folks. Incredible stuff. Rico's in the slipstream, steadily catching David Punterino into the long right-hander and down towards make or break. Rico goes for a wide line. David comes up the inside. Rico goes for a tight exit. I think David got the best drive, although I think Rico might have touched the brakes so that he wouldn't make contact. Down through the Weaver turns. David's very quick through here. Down towards Now or Never. Rico's very late on the brakes, gains a lot of ground on David Punterino. Could be to Rico's advantage on the last lap. Having a look at our newcomer, Wyatt Earp. A single solo driver, he's not in any team. Wyatt's been very quick in practice, Dave. Oh yeah, he is a very quick driver, Robin. I'll tell you, he could really do some damage in this championship once he finds his feet. takes the first couple of rounds to get bedded in, and then it's time to push. I suppose it'll be the same for Archie Angelo too, Dave. It'll be the same for everybody, Robin. You know, first couple of rounds of a championship. You know, see where everything's going, see how the car's handling, make some, you know, setup changes, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Take a bit of bedding in for sure. Halen Van Eddie on Reverend Vincent Carrasco. These two have been battling it out for a while. Down the hill towards the Widowmaker, also known as the Clinch Fest. Halen's not going to make the same mistake twice. Vincent Carrasco could be very, very good in this championship. He's only a stand-in driver at the moment for Scott Milano. But they're hoping Scott will turn up in round 2, but if not, Vincent may well become a first-time member. So we're at the halfway point in the race, folks. So let's go down to pit lane and join our new interviewer, Jack Top. How's it going, Jack?
Many thanks, Robin. I'm down here in pit lane talking to Race Direction's Health and Safety Manager, poached from the Goodwood Circuit in the UK, Arthur Peatsick. Hello, Arthur. Nice to see you again. How far do you go to ensure that drivers are safe at all times?
Obviously, the most important thing is always health and safety, Jack. So regarding the drivers, we make sure they don't lift anything too heavy. We even assist them pulling up their trousers when they come out of the cubicle, because the race suits can be quite weighty, especially if there's a malfunctioned pair of tear-off underpants in there. With the cars, we check that the seat belts work and the airbag button has a light on it and the ashtray is empty.
Is there anything else you can tell us?
Well, regarding the spectators, we ask them not to throw the tear-off underpants back on the track, as this could cause another accident. And we also have regular health and safety bulletins through the circuit on the new tannoy system.
There you have it, Robin. Health and safety is obviously paramount, and so it should be. Back to you. Many thanks, Jack.
He's made a full recovery after his alien out-of-body experience. Anyway, back to the race. Rico's trying to go around the outside of David Punterino down towards make or break. David's holding him off. They do exactly the same line as normal. Normal service has been resumed. These two, I fear, will be banging it out all championship. I can see it, Dave. What do you think?
It's very funny, Robin, I tell you. These pair, when they get together, they seem to be banging it out all the time. They have been told to get room, you know.
Have they? Oh, it would surprise me. Rico's still trying to get around David Punterino. Carlos is in first place with Brian Messiah in second. Lap 11. Been a long race so far. Back with Artie Fanati, trying to get some kind of grip on this round. And no doubt he will get some practice in before the next championship. He's being hounded by the newcomer Wyatt Earp. Artie normally gets to grips with things fairly quickly though, Dave.
Oh, he does, Robin. It absolutely gets in the zone, as it were, very, very quickly. And sometimes gets fired out of the zone very unexpectedly.
Yes, he does. I love those very, very fluorescent wheels. They look absolutely incredible. Really, really stand out. Down they go towards the Widowmaker. I wonder why this was Bouquet retired, because Saturday didn't want to become a widow on the first round.
She does look after Simon, that's for sure, Robin. Be good to see him back though. He'll be back in the next round, I'm sure.
I repeat, will the driver of the registration number T0553RS please remove his vehicle from the car park entrance? It's causing an obstruction. Rico tries to go up the inside of David Punterino. Thinks better of it. These pair are still hammering it out. And I'll tell you what, Dave, that tannoy is going to be really, really annoying. She'll have to have a word. David still holding off Rico. Brian Messiah's in second place. He's up ahead. Carlos Punterino is quite a way up the track in front. Timed his pit stops perfectly by the look of it. Can Damon finish his first round with a podium on board with Rico? Gets a good charge out of Quassant and down the hill. Puts himself right in Damon's slipstream. Into the really tricky right-hander. Backs off a little bit. Lets Damon go. Really easy to cause an accident down here if you get it wrong. He's almost on the back of him again. Over the bridge. Tear bottoming across the bridge towards the mountains in the background. On the brakes. Into the bus stop. He's on the back of Damon now. If he gets a run out of the hairpin and down the hill, he'll be right back on him going into the make or break and Weaver. Don't touch the wall, Rico. Really, really stops your speed. Seems to really, really catch up coming out of that right-hander. On the brakes, into make or break. Right up behind Damon Punterino now. Can he get a move through the Weaver turns? Left-hander into the right-hander. Damon's very quick through here. Sparks are flying. Down into now or never. Rico gets a very, very good entry and exit out of now or never. Damon goes into the pits, puts Rico in second place. Carlos is in the pits too. Back with Philadelphia in 11th place. Down into make or break. So good to see Philly doing well. Really getting to grips with these Group 2 cars.
Did you know, Robin, that the stock horsepower for these GR2 Nissans is 612 brake horsepower? These guys have tuned these cars up to 789 horsepower. That is an unbelievable
as we watch Philadelphia go around the outside of Reverend Vincent Carrasco, putting himself into 10th place. That is unbelievable, Dave. That's one hell of an increase in power. No wonder they're hanging on to it like an oily rag. Back with Frank Handsome. Trying to do all he can to get a good result. He's running at the back of the pack at the moment in 15th. He won't be happy with that. His car seemed very fast in practice. Something must be slightly off with Frank. I'm not sure what it is, but he's normally on the pace. Coming up behind Fabio Detrelli. Frank's gaining on him. Into turn 1. Frank gets a lovely line out of turn 1. Looks like Fabio's retired. Unless he's got a penalty now. He's shaking off a penalty. Frank's right on him now, going down the hill towards the Widowmaker. Very, very scary part of the track. Can they both get through? They do. Frank catches the curb. Firing down towards the bus stop. Hard on the brakes. Into the really tight left-hander. Still an 80-mile-an-hour corner, though. Back with Carlos Punterino. He's coming up beside Archie Angelo. Archie's in first place at the moment. Struggling a little bit, caught the wall. Allows Carlos through. He won't be very happy with that. But like I say, you've got to get to the grips with the car. Hits that bit of barrier sticking out too, Dave. You've really got to watch it there, Robin, I tell you. That's such a... I don't know why that's sticking out like that, but if you're wide, you catch that, it's bang. And it scrubs off so much speed. Back with Alex Anders. Looks painful too. Down to the bus stop, down the hill towards the hairpin. It's not really a hairpin, but it's close enough for us. Super fast part of the track. On board with T-Bone McKinley. Haven't seen T-Bone for a while. Looks like he's at the back of the pack. Must have had it off somewhere, or he's pitted, one or the other. We've got 5 laps to go, folks. Firing down the hill. Archieangelo's in the pits, by the look of it. Into the Widowmaker, or Clench Fest, whichever you prefer. Over the hill and far away, down towards the bus stop. Looking at T-Bone's car, Dave, he looks like he's a little bit down on speed. I noticed that, Robin. I think they must be down by about 10 mile an hour, I should think. Let's take a look down through here. This will tell us for sure. In the slipstream, that'll help too. Coming right up behind Fabio Detrelli. Down towards me, he's flat out in 6th gear, Dave. Into make or break. Yep, that confirms it. They are about 10 mile an hour slower than Rico's car down that straight. Must need a little bit of gearbox tweaking, I should think.
Right, I'm getting really fed up with this. Please, will the bozo
Whatever
with
next.
the registration number 2055
God help us.
RS for Sierra please remove his car from the entrance to the track, or he will find it in the skip.
I'll tell you what, Dave, I'm actually starting to like that. It's just crazy. Poor old Crispin. From A1 to Z1. There really is karma. Carlos Punterino doing his last few laps. Seems to love the colour yellow. He will be known from now on as the Yellow Peril. Down the hill, has fantastic pace, does Carlos, running in the 147s for most of the race. That's a very, very good pace. Especially when the tyres start to go off and he doesn't seem to be struggling too much. Seems to be enjoying this car. Over the bridge. I think that's Fabio Detrelli. Fabio looks like he's retired. Halen Van Eddy coming into turn 1. Struggling a little bit this round, I think. Needs a bit of time to get himself adjusted to these Group 2 cars. Slightly quicker than the Ferrari 458. Oh, absolutely, Robin. I'll tell you, that Ferrari was a real mission for some of these drivers. They were so glad to get rid of that car and get into something that could actually handle. These GR2s are absolutely phenomenal. From the minute these guys jumped in these cars, they were in love, I think. I don't know how we made it through that championship, to be honest. It was absolutely incredible stuff. These drivers really took that car to its limit. Unbelievable. I don't know if you missed it, folks, but the Ferrari 458 Campionato, which was last season's race, championship, was absolutely phenomenal. You got to watch it. Really was a struggle, but ended up being a really phenomenal championship. Frank Hansen being hounded by T-Bone McKinley. Fantastic seeing T-Bone back. All they need to do is get these car speeds set up a little bit better, and I think they'll be right in the mix. Spa-Francorchamps next week, Dave. Oh, absolutely. I can't wait, Robin. One hell of a track that is. Can't wait to take my Honda round there. So why did you choose a Honda, Dave, when all the other drivers chose the Dissat? It was the same thing, Robin, when they asked me to drive a four-wheel car.
I said, no, that's not enough of a challenge for me. I'm going to do it with 3 wheels. So I chose Reliant.
Wow. Well, it's nice to see a different car to all these Nissans at least. Look like Frank Hansen went off track. We get a replay. Went a little bit wide. Easy done. Hell of a speed coming down through there. Tear-offs flew into the crowd. I saw that. Lap 16 for Raphael Doubtfire. Chasing Frank Hansen and T-Bone McKinley. Raphael getting to grips. Into now or never and down the main straight. Into turn 1. Goes a little bit wide. Watch the grass there, Raphael. Could really upset the car. Down into the croissant. Loving the howl of these Nissans. Incredible stuff. Brian Messiah. Lap 18. Brian really hoping to retain his championship title. Down the hill towards the Widowmaker. Brian's got superb pace. Loving those cars on the overrun. What do you think, Dave? Do you think Brian's going to win this?
I don't know, Robin. I thought Carlos was going to win the first championship from the off, but Brian kind of, in the last half of the championship, really got to grips with it, and he was on fire. I don't know. I expect the same here, really, but I know Carlos won it in the end, but Brian really pulled something out of the bag.
Yes, he did. He was unbelievable in the last few rounds of the Campeonato. Archie Angelo going around the hairpin. Still clanging that barrier. I hope there's no spectators on that turn, especially those 2 girls that keep turning up to the races. Keep showing bare flesh, putting the drivers off. They'll be removed from the track if they keep that up. Down through the Weaver turns. Archie, of course, is taken Greg Rocket's place in a good alien team. Very welcome in the championship. Gonna be very quick once he gets to grips with this. Could be one of the unstoppable guys. So as we're watching Carlos Punterino on his final lap, has a fairly good lead. Unless he bids it now, he will win the first round. Let's not forget as well, he's also posted fastest lap so far in the race and put himself on pole, so that's an extra 10 points on top of his what could be a 25-point tally. Down the hill, into the long right-hander, and down towards make or break for the last time. Loving the overrun. Superb stuff, Carlos Punterino. Here we go. Down through the Weaver turns for the last time. Drops into the bomb hole and then around the left-hander. Entering now or never for the last time onto the main straight. Carlos Punterino takes his first win of the season. Very well done and a good tally for Team Alien. Unbelievable stuff. Brian Messiah gets a very respectable second place. With Rico Mortis, looks like he's collecting third. Very good for Rico. Superb stuff. Does his victory smash into the barrier? That'll be another car ready for the next round. And Damon Punterino takes a very, very well-deserved 4th place on his first outing. Superb stuff from Damon. He also smashes his car up into the barrier, and Archie Angelo takes a brilliant 5th place. Well done, Archie Angelo. Wyatt Eard, 6th. Good stuff from the newcomers. All in the top 6. Wyatt Eard takes a 6th position. Good result. Artie Fanati looks like he's going to finish in 7th place, with Alex Anders in 8th and Halen Van Eddy in 9th place. He'll be glad that's all over, I should think. Needs to get some practice in, and Reverend Vincent Carrasco enters in 10th place. Well done, Vincent. 11th place, Philadelphia. Philly does his victory bash into the barriers. Well done, Philly. And 12th place, T-Bone McKinley. Bringing it home, T-Bone. Nice little swagger. Carlos Punterino takes his first win of the season, with Brian Massar in 2nd and Rico Mortis in 3rd. So let's take a look at the championship points so far. Carlos Punterino takes a total of 35. Brian Messiah on 20 and Rico on 16 points. Damon Punterino 13, Archie Angelo 11, Wyatt Eard 10 and Artie Fanati on 9 points. Alex Anders on 8, Helen Van Enne 7, Scott Milano 6, which is actually Vincent Carrasco, Philadelphia on 5, T-Bone 4, Frank Hansen 3 and Raphael Doubtfire with 2 points, and Fabio Nitrelli with 1 point. So let's take a look at the team championship table so far. Good Alien on 36 points, Simi Tick on 33 points, Airfix on 24 points, and Affinity Racing on 15, with Sky Comedy on 9 points. Well, that's it, folks. Next time out, we're in Belgium at the stunning Spa-Francorchamps track. Hope you enjoyed the day's racing as much as we have. So from France, from me and Dave, many thanks for watching, and goodbye.